Hey guys, hope you're doing well today. Today we are going to be doing a video on Regieleki. So obviously very popular new mon added to the format. Regieleki is a pretty fast mon overall. It does offer a lot of different roles, which we will be touching on in the video. So that is what we are going to be talking about today. If you guys enjoy these kind of videos and you guys would like to see more of this kind of content from me, make sure to let me know in the comments, leave a like, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, obviously. If you guys are interested in seeing more battling content, I do that on Twitch. So you guys can check out my Twitch, which will be down below. And also check out the Discord server where you guys can see, or rather get access to teams where you guys can use it for Series 7. And also just a lot of other good community things. So thank you guys again for supporting the channel as always. And I will see you in the video, guys. Thanks. So here we are with the first Regieleki set. If you guys are wondering what Regieleki really does, it does have a few different roles it can achieve, but for the most part it does really benefit off of the supportive role on the team. So if we're looking at this specific Regieleki set, you'll see that it is very invested in bulk. The intention with it is so that it moves very quickly and then it's able to just kind of set up screens. It is pretty bulky as well, even though obviously its stats are kind of low, like with screens it kind of gets buffed up, right? And like the light clay also allows you to have those screens up for longer, which is kind of beneficial. And I think this is arguably the best use of Regieleki by far. The reason being is that most Regieleki are kind of there to be a fast pivot option with Volt Switch. They normally just want to go for their electric coverage moves because of their ability, and their speed kind of allows them to just be like very bulky setup screen mons, you know, without having to rely on Prankster. So that's also kind of beneficial. I do really appreciate as well from this Regieleki set the fast Electro Web. The fast Electro Web is really good next to mons that appreciate being able to move faster than certain threats, and Electro Web is very good at just like speeding up your end of the team. I do find that with this Regieleki, this is much better suited on teams that are either reliant on like a very strong heavy hitter mon paired next to the Regieleki to capitalize off of Electro Web that perhaps wants a little bit of extra bulk, or running it on a very bulky team that appreciates pivoting, screens, and kind of the long play games that you normally see. Another benefit of running a Regieleki like this is just overall it doesn't really take up your Dynamax slot. Regieleki doesn't commonly max, and I don't think it's a great Dynamax mon, but it's good to kind of avoid having a mon that wants a Dynamax anyways on your team, so you can focus it around other threats that are going to appreciate it more. Some partners that I think would be good for this as well would be something like even Urshifu. It appreciates the Electro Web, dropping the speed. Even mons that just appreciate screens in general, you can say. So like you'll see it a lot on like Moltres teams, and it kind of prevents Moltres from taking as much damage. You'll see it next to Dusclops, Finny, all those kind of mons. So it definitely is a good supportive mon, and this set is definitely the set I would recommend, but there are a few more sets to go through, so we are on to the next set. So for our second Regieleki set, you'll see the Shuca Berry is the item of choice. This Regieleki is similar to the light clay Regieleki in the fact of like it's trying to be supportive. The difference with this one is it's completely focused around its electric moves. So Thunderwave is a very good tool for speed control. This is a very like speed control focused Regieleki. Basically, the benefit of running Thunderwave along with Electro Web is for mons like Dragapult or mons with Clear Body. Also, it's just very good for hitting mons or just keeping the status on the mons for the rest of the game. Because obviously, Electro Web is kind of like a until they swap kind of thing. But then when you have Thunderwave, it's actually good because it's a permanent status that's kept there. So then again, this is also good kind of paired with mons that appreciate being faster than the opponent. So stuff like Urshifu would definitely appreciate it, as I mentioned in the previous pick. Even if you just look at other offensive mons, it will appreciate this as well. And also, too, since you're actually having their speed with Thunderwave, it lets certain mons that are maybe like a little bit slower also outspeed, which Electro Web normally would not be able to do, which is kind of nice. Eerie Impulse is really good for just reducing special attack of like mons that are trying to do a lot of special damage, so that's very good as well. You'll see this Regieleki, as opposed to the last one, is a little more physically biased. The reason being is that it does have Eerie Impulse to kind of cushion its special defense, so you kind of want more defense into it. And to explain the last one, because I know I may have skipped over that a little bit. Basically, the reason why the last set would be more specially defensive is because you'd probably pair it with like Intimidate or something. But going back to this set, you do really appreciate the Eerie Impulse to kind of reduce special attack damage. Thunderwave obviously for speed control, Electro Web also for speed control, and then Volt Switch for repositioning. This is another supportive Regieleki set. Definitely would be good on teams where you're trying to allow weakness policy to get procced without it doing too much damage. So that was definitely what I would recommend this for. So in terms of the item as well, Shuca Berry is very good versus just like fast ground moves or just ground mons in general. Sometimes you'll want to stay in, even versus special ground types like even Gastrodon, which is going up a little bit in usage, and stuff like Metagross, which is obviously always going for ground moves. The Shuca Berry is very nice to be able to kind of take those hits a bit better. So you can definitely find ways to kind of protect your Regieleki from those. I definitely would recommend this set if you're trying to run it in a different way than screens and you want a supportive Regieleki. This set is obviously supportive as well. The next set will be a little more offensive, but this is definitely a set I would recommend if you're going for a supportive one that is not screens. For our final Regieleki set, this Regieleki is going to be a little more offensive. You'll see it does have Life Orb, and it does have pretty offensive moves in general. So the reason why you'd be running this form of Regieleki is if you were intending to max it or do more damage with it. Personally, I think this set would be the most niche out of all of them because offensive Regieleki isn't something you see too commonly. Its main weakness is just its lack of other offensive stab moves. Obviously, it mainly only goes for electric moves, and the only other real move it can go for is Hyper Beam, right? So it's not as good, but this is just to give you guys a set if you guys are going for offensive Regieleki for some reason. Basically, it's optimized so that you can hit the bump on the special attack stat, which is very useful to be able to deal extra damage. Then the HP is just so you can try and take as a little Life Orb chip as possible. It's nearly optimized there. And then the speed is specifically, I believe, to outspeed Scarf Landorus, Jolly. It's not something that comes up too often, and you'll see that's why on the support sets we ran 28 speed. 28 speed allows you to outspeed Scarf Landorus when they're adamant, and allows you to outspeed Pheromosa, and that's basically all I wanted to invest for there. But when it comes to offensive Regieleki, obviously because you don't have that bulk to kind of cushion you, it was much better to run a speed that could just beat like Scarf Jolly Landers, even though it's not as relevant. So that's the reasoning for this Regieleki speed. The reason for all of the investments in terms of offense, it's basically just to cushion, or like to cushion its kind of Life Orb damage on the HP stat. Defenses and special defense, there wasn't any EVs really to invest in there because obviously you're trying to be offensive. Then special attack was good because you were able to kind of just boost up your damage and make it as strong as possible. And then the speed was obviously to outspeed Jolly Scarf Landers. This one is definitely the only set that I would really see maxing in any situation. However, I do think that it is the most niche set, and I think this one should only be used on teams that really support a offensive Regieleki. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. That is our Regieleki guide. So hopefully you guys can see that there are basically three main uses that you can use for Regieleki. I definitely say the screens version is the one that you'd be using the most of the time, but you guys have two other options of sets if it does fit your team better. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. If you guys would like to get some coaching or professional coaching, I do offer that. It will be in the description as well. If you guys are interested in checking out more battling, make sure to check out the Twitch channel down below. And if you guys are interested in getting more resources, kind of getting teams, and just kind of connecting with other people who are just trying to get better at the game, make sure to join the Discord for sure. But thank you guys again for all the support. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you guys did enjoy the video. And I will see you in the next video, guys. Thanks.